Hello boys and girls, and welcome to this week's English lesson. Teacher is so excited, I can't wait to get started. This week we're going to be reading a story all about zebras. But before we read our story, let's see what we know about zebras. Zebras live in Africa. That means we find them in South Africa too. Zebras have black and white stripes on their bodies, and they belong to the same family as horses and donkeys. Zebra stripes are like fingerprints. No zebra stripes will be the same. Zebra stripes help them to hide in the grass. We call this camouflage. Zebras eat grass and leaves. Zebras have very good eyesight and hearing, so they can hear and see the animals that want to eat them. Zebras can run very fast, almost as fast as a horse. Not only can they run away from their predators, but they also kick them to protect themselves. We can't ride a zebra like we can ride a horse because a zebra's back is not strong enough, and they are very angry animals. Zebra crossings are named after a zebra's stripes, and in this picture we see a zebra crossing on a zebra crossing. Aren't zebras cool? Now that we know a little bit about zebras, let's read our story. The story for this week is How Zebra Got Its Stripes. Listen very carefully, read with teacher, and concentrate very hard because we're going to answer some questions afterwards. How Zebra Got Its Stripes. We can see from the title that this story will be about zebras, and maybe we'll find out how they got their stripes. Let's see. A long, long time ago, all zebras were white. Can you imagine? They would look like horses. Mr. and Mrs. Zebra were invited to a party. They wanted to look pretty, so they painted themselves in bright colors. We can see green and red. Do you think they will keep it this way? They looked at each other, and Mrs. Zebra said, "We really don't look smart." Mrs. Zebra painted her chest black, and Mr. Zebra painted his legs black. They still don't look like zebras. Let's see how they change that. But they didn't like the way they looked, so they washed off the paint. Then they painted black stripes all over their bodies. They looked at each other and liked what they saw. "Now we look pretty," they said, and off they went to the party. Now they look like zebras, and obviously we can see they painted the stripes on. When Mr. and Mrs. Zebra arrived at the party, the other animals loved the way they looked. "You look pretty," said the elephant. "You look beautiful," said the hippo. "You look lovely," said the rhino. "Thank you very much," said Mr. and Mrs. Zebra. "We also like our stripes." And we can see everybody smiling. They are so impressed. Everyone at the party liked their stripes. Even King Lion told them how beautiful they looked. And there we see Giraffe inspecting the stripes. King Lion asked all the zebras to paint black stripes on their bodies. Now we can see where the stripes come from, but do you think they paint it on every day? A few days later, the zebras went to the river to wash off the stripes, but the stripes did not come off. The sun had burnt the stripes into their bodies. Now we know they don't paint it on every day. To this day, zebras still can't wash off their stripes, but that is why all zebras have black stripes. The end. Now that we've read our story, let's answer some questions. What is the title of the story? How zebra got its stripes? Well done, guys. Who are the main characters? Mr. and Mrs. Zebra. We know that there are other characters such as hippo, elephant, rhino, and lion, but the main characters were Mr. and Mrs. Zebra. What did they do to change themselves? They painted stripes on their bodies. Great job! What did the other animals think? They thought the zebras looked beautiful. Super work, guys!
That was so much fun, guys. Right, so this week we are going to be doing a new phonic sound, and that sound is the I sound, and we are going to be using a magic E. Concentrate, listen carefully, and see how many I words you can find around the house.
The story of Magic E. There is a witch named E. She likes to cast spells. She changes letter sounds to letter names. Let's see how she does it. This is the letter I. The sound it makes is E. But the name of the letter is I, like the eye that you see with. This word says pin, P-N, pin. But when the witch named E comes around, she changes the E sound into an I sound. And now the word says pine, P-I-N, pine. This word says kit, K-I-T, kit. But when the witch named E comes around, she changes the E sound into an I sound. And the word now says kite, K-I-T, kite. This word says fin, F-N, fin. But when the witch named E comes around, she changes the E sound into an I sound. Now the word says fine, F-I-N, fine. This word says Tim, T-M, Tim. But when the witch named E comes around, she changes the E sound into an I sound. And now the word says time, T-I-M, time. But let's see if we change these words up a little bit. If I take away the T in time and replace it with a L, what word will I get? Lime, L-I-M, lime. If I take away the L in lime, and replace it with a cr sound, what word will I get? Crime. 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 If I take the word lime again and I take away the m sound and replace it with a n sound, what word will I get? Line. 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 Will you remember the witch named air?
For the word pine.
Pine. Pine.
Good job. Rice.
Rice.
No. Try again. Good. What was that?
Rice.
Crime.
Crime. Crime.
Good.
Maybe we're going to try your hand. I'm going to do the rice. Rice. Spice.